Living the life. Living the life. I haven't preached any sermons for a couple weeks. I was struggling to feel some motivation. Now, there was a lot going on in my life. I was tired, a little discouraged about some of the stuff. You know, when I get really feeling discouraged is when I'm trying to help somebody and I don't have the answers for them. And I don't mind, I'm not talking about Christians that are getting in my face, because, you know, that's only a small handful. And I usually try and balance that out against the people that are telling me, keep going, you said the right thing. You know, I've lived long enough to know that I don't have all the answers. I've also lived long enough to know that a lot of what I do know, I really do know. It's all right. But I'd like to be able to help everyone that comes to me for help, and you know, sometimes I can't. And that starts to wear me out. Between health problems and people I can't help and just stuff like that going on, people that are injured. It's been a rough May, June time frame for me. Ever feel like that? I mean, don't you just wish God would speak from a burning bush? I'd really like that sometimes, but you know, maybe my lack of motivation was because I wasn't hearing clearly from God. I prepared some sermons during these last few weeks, but every time I go to record them, I just feel like this is garbage. And so I've been just trying to hear what God's got to say to me. And I think he's given me some good stuff. Last week I quickly posted something about homosexual marriages. It's all in the news. That was in the last video. You can go look at it. I felt like I had to respond, but you know what happened was, I did that one with no notes. But what happened was, it kind of gave me a direction. And so I've outlined a series of sermons called Living the Life. And that's what I'm going to preach about. We're going to look at, you know, there's an old saying that says, be different from the world. Christians should be different from the world. That's going to come into this. We're going to look at stuff like gambling, lottery, bingo, Texas Hold'em. We're going to look at stuff like that. Is it okay for Christians to do those things? I'm not asking you Christians, is it okay with your church today if you do those things? I'm asking you, what does the Bible say? What does God say? We're going to talk about our attitudes. Over the years, I've developed a class or a sermon I teach called Driving According to the Bible. Now, I'm not going to deliver that class in a little sermonette here, but I'm going to talk about what does our driving say about our Christianity. The Denver Nuggets have a new head coach. He says, I don't want people that want to win. He says, I want people that hate losing. So I'm going to do a little talk about Christians. Do you want to survive as a Christian? Or do you want to succeed as a Christian? And I'm going to do a little sermon on parenting as a Christian. In recent days, by recent, let's say in the last year, it's a continuous thing. In the last 5 years, so many friends have had children that grow up, they hit 18, and they leave home, and they leave their faith, and they start living lives their parents don't like. And I think I have some insight into why that happens. Now, I don't have the answers for you. I'll be honest. But I think I've got some good stuff for you to consider. What I want you to know is that you are loved, and sometimes that's pretty amazing.